Auburndale has the basketball as we resume action, and the shot goes up in the lane by Auburndale's Dustin Rudy. He misfires. Marathon comes back down the floor. They pass inside to Baiocchi. He'll turn on Bauer without the shot. Early second quarter, Marathon by 2. Marathon ball in front court to our left. Michael Bauer comes back outside again to Tyler Beck. Bauer handles it back. Beck on the near side. Jordan Lang swings it back far side. In the lane to Huss, forcing the shot. He misses, and the rebound pulled in by Alan Kiefer of Auburndale. Apaches looking to tie. We're early in the second quarter. Dustin Rudy comes out top to Alan Kiefer. They swing on the far side. Rudy steps in, has no shot. Bauer in the corner, skips it cross court to Fehrenbach. Here's a baseline 3 up and missed by Brian Kapleen. The rebound fought for, and it's grabbed by Adam Huss of Marathon. Raiders break back to forecourt, but Huss has no advantage. Near side, Lang handles it, skips it far side to a man on the Auburndale bench, out of bounds. Marathon's 4th turnover of the night. Well, if you like low-scoring basketball, this is the place to be this evening. We've had 10 points so far in this contest. We're early in the second quarter here at Auburndale High School. The Apaches have the ball. There's a baseline drive by Kapleen. Hands off in the corner to Bauer. He misses it. And the rebound grabbed by Tyler Beck of Marathon. Front court to Baiocchi. Pull up 15-footer. Banked off the glass and in. Cameron Baiocchi uses the glass for 2. And Marathon leads by 4. Auburndale has the ball back. Brian Kapleen across the timeline. On the near wing hits Cal Fehrenbach. Back to Kapleen, into Bauer baseline. Turnaround from 10, rattles out of there. Went halfway down and came out, and rebounded by Jordan Lang of Marathon. Back to forecourt, back to Lang on the far wing. Auburndale getting back on defense once again. Beck swings it back out top to Michael Bauer. Picked up by Kapleen. Here's Beck back in the corner once again. Jared Bauer fronting Baiocchi, so Cameron not available. Beck still holds the ball. Pass back out top. Grabbed by Michael Bauer. Far side, here's Lang. A three-point try. Rims out of there. A fight for the rebound. Huss has it, and then he's tied up. Possession, however, will stay with Marathon. Casey Meyer back in for Auburndale. Wes Colby and Wade Paul return for Marathon. 5.5 remaining in the first half, and Marathon leads 8-4. Lang will inbound for Marathon. Baseline front court. Lobs to Baiocchi just inside the arc. Back to Colby on the block. He'll turn on Kiefer without the shot and push it back outside to Michael Bauer. He can attack. Comes back outside again to Baiocchi at the foul line. Leans in, no shot. Tough defense there by Jared Bauer. Colby holds it. Wants to return the pass inside. Nobody there. Raiders come back outside. Baiocchi swings it back near side to Lang. And Meyer on him very tightly. Top of the circle, Michael Bauer resetting the offense. Here's a bad pass knocked down. Bauer gets it back though. High post to Colby. Marathon now resets. Near side baseline. Paul leans in. His shot rejected and knocked out of bounds by Auburndale's Cal Fehrenbach. Marathon retains possession. First of all, the Raiders want to bring Adam Huss back in for Jordan Lang. And Auburndale counters with Alan Hoffenbradel for Alan Kiefer. 4:55 remaining first half. Marathon leads 8-4. Inbound pass to Baiocchi outside the arc. Lobs up for Colby below the basket. And we got a whistle here. Colby fouled on the floor as he received the pass. Maybe Hoffenbradel on a hold. Second foul on Hoffenbradel, the 7th team foul. Marathon goes into the 1 and bonus. And Wes Colby, a 52% foul shooter for the year, will be on the line to our left with a 1 and 1. Again, Marathon just 2 of 13 in their 12-point loss to Medford from the foul line in the championship game of that Marathon tournament last week. Colby shooting a 1 and bonus for Marathon. His first try rolls out of there, and rebounded by Jared Bauer. And Marathon now 0 of 3 on the foul line tonight. Auburndale, the forecourt, trailing by 4. Kiefer swings far side to Fehrenbach. Inside to Bauer, forcing the shot, he connects. Jared Bauer on the low block for 2. It's a 2-point lead for Marathon. Bayonki, the big power forward, dribbles across the timeline, and one of the Auburndale players slaps at him and is called for a foul at the timeline. The Auburndale coaching staff not really happy with that call. That call comes against Brian Kapleen, his first foul, the 8th team foul. Cameron Bayonki, 63% on the foul line this season, and he gets a 1-and-1. His first try is good. With 4:23 remaining in the second quarter, and Marathon leading 9-6. A very low-scoring ball game here at Auburndale High School tonight. And the bonus shot for Bayonki is away. This one no good, and Hoffenbradel there for the rebound for Auburndale. Apaches hustle to forecourt. Kapleen on the near wing. Swings cross-court to Fehrenbach. Baseline Hoffenbradel kicks it back out near side to Kapleen. Meyer in the corner, can't get off the shot. Bauer, baseline Kiefer. Allen open on the block but missed the lay-in. Meyer fights for the rebound, tips it outside to Fehrenbach, and Auburndale will reset. Pass below the basket towards Kiefer, actually hits the rim and glances out of bounds. A pass attempt by Brian Kapleen that almost went into the basket. Instead, Marathon gets the ball, and they'll come length of the floor, leading by 3 halfway through the second quarter. Into forecourt, here comes Wade Paul. He gets bumped as he comes across the timeline. A foul called against Marathon, or against Auburndale. Cal Fehrenbach's second foul. 9th team foul. Marathon only has 1 foul against them in this half. Wade Paul shooting 2. Shooting 1-and-1 rather. His first is up and in. With 3:47 remaining in the second quarter. And Marathon now up 10-6. Garrett Ponchak returns for Auburndale, replacing Cal Fehrenbach. Wade Paul, 10 points, only 10 points in Marathon's last 3 contests, averaging better than 7 per game. His second free throw rims and falls out, and Hoffenbradel grabs the rebound for Auburndale. Apaches down by 4. Ponchak across the 10-second line. Kapleen comes back out top to Ponchak. Near side, Casey Meyer looking in. Boy, between Colby and Bayonki, those Marathon big guys cover a lot of space in that lane area. Ponchak down the lane, ball stripped loose, but there's a foul called here on Marathon. I believe Wade Paul slapped at the arm and got called on the foul on that play. First foul on Paul, second team foul. Auburndale inbounds, baseline front court. Near corner, here's Kapleen, open for a baseline 3, and he connects. Ryan Kapleen with his 7th three-point basket this season. Auburndale back to within 1. Marathon rushing back to front court. Michael Bauer brings it between the circles. Gets a screen on the far wing, baseline Huss, he'll turn on Meyer. Can't feed into Colby. Bauer comes back near side. A good play, though, by Kapleen. Knocks that pass into the Auburndale crowd out of bounds. 3 minutes left, second quarter. Marathon leads Auburndale 10-9. Auburndale playing some tough defense here as Marathon inbounds. They go into Colby. Turns on Hoffenbradel. Fires from 10. Misses. And the rebound fought for. Kapleen has it for the Apaches, who are now looking for their first lead. Kapleen comes to front court. Ponchak on the near wing. Has the baseline. He'll drive inside and drop the ball out of bounds. That's happened a couple of times to the Apaches tonight. That's their 5th turnover of this contest. So Marathon still maintains a 1-point lead with 2:40 remaining in the second quarter. Marathon coming length of the floor. Huss up the floor on Meyer. Hands to Michael Bauer. He'll cross the 10-second line for Marathon. can't get down the lane. In the corner, here's a shot rejected by Hoffenbradel. Wade Paul fired from the corner, and Hoffenbradel skies to knock that shot over the end line. Out of bounds once again to Marathon. Paul is inbounding for the Raiders, baseline or in the near corner. Bounces to Bielke outside the arc. Still holds it. Tyler Beck, top of the circle. Into Bielke, turns on Bauer. Left-hander blocked by Hoffenbradel and picked up by Bauer. We've seen at least 3 big blocks by the Auburndale big guys. A steal at the timeline. Bauer takes the ball away from Kapleen, and there's a foul called here. And we'll see who it goes against. I believe it's going to go on Bauer. Michael Bauer gets that foul call. First on Bauer, 3rd team foul. There was some contact on the steal and more on the re-steal. The officials say that Mike Bauer's the guilty guy. So it's Auburndale ball. Again, the Apaches looking to regain the lead. Ponchak outside the arc. Downstairs to Jared Bauer. He'll turn at the dotted line, have it stripped loose, and stolen away by Beck. Marathon takes the ball away. Tyler Beck rushing to front court to the foul line, and there's some contact there, and a foul called here on Auburndale. That might be on Brian Kapleen. Second on Brian. That is the 10th team foul, putting Marathon into the double bonus. Tyler Beck, 5 of 10 on the foul line this season, shooting 2. His first try, good. 1:53 remaining second quarter, and Marathon leads 11-9. For Auburndale, Kapleen is out, and Dan Kramer returns to action. Tyler Beck with a second foul shot for Marathon. He shoots, it's around and out, balls on the floor, and it's grabbed by Colby, who then drops it over the end line, out of bounds. Colby was pressured below the basket by Jared Bauer, could not get rid of it. So Marathon by 2 with 1:50 before halftime, and it's Auburndale coming back to front court. Ponchak to Kramer on the far wing. He'll take the baseline, get inside, and we have a whistle and a push. As Kramer made that move to the basket, he was held up by a Marathon defender. That's the 4th team foul against Marathon. That call made on Wade Paul, his second foul. Auburndale will inbound baseline front court. Ponchak looking, comes in the corner to Bauer. He'll launch a 3. It rims out of there. And Michael Bauer flies in to grab the rebound for Marathon. 90 seconds in the period. Marathon by 2. Offense hard to come by tonight. Beck on the far wing, bounces baseline to Bielke. He throws it back outside. There's a drive and a shot missed by John Ryan, but he was fouled on the way to the basket. Hoffenbradel picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul. So Alan Kiefer gets up off the Auburndale bench. John Ryan shooting 2 for Marathon, makes the first. Marathon leads by 3 with 1:22 remaining in the second quarter. Kiefer in for Hoffenbradel. In the Auburndale lineup, John Ryan with one more foul shot for Marathon. He fires, it rims out, tipped high in the air, and claimed by Kiefer. Auburndale has it back, trailing by 3 late in the second quarter. Garrett Ponchak moves across the timeline to Dan Kramer on the near wing. Jared Bauer outside the arc, defense by Wes Colby. Ponchak back out front, starts to drive, kicks out baseline. Meyer for 3, he hits it! 3-pointer for Casey Meyer, his 7th of the year. This game is tied at 12 with 55 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Marathon to forecourt. Beck along the far sideline. Back out top to John Ryan, right back outside. Bielke handles it. 45 seconds in the period. Michael Bauer on the far side. Colby looking for that lob, but Bauer doesn't see him. Now the ball stripped loose. Bauer gets it back near the timeline and throws it back on the floor, but he's out of bounds. Marathon turnover. Auburndale gets it back in backcourt with 33 seconds remaining in the second quarter with a chance to take their first lead of the night. Garrett Ponchak across the 10-second line where he'll be double-teamed, but finds Casey Meyer on the near side. Kiefer out top, 20 seconds remaining, second quarter. We're tied at 12. We have a reach-in here on Michael Bauer looking for a steal on Ponchak, and Bauer called for some contact, his second foul, only the fifth team foul, so Auburndale not in the shooting situation as of yet. Apaches inbound at quarter court, but first Coach Reike brings Adam Huss back in for Marathon, replacing Michael Bauer, who has those two personal fouls. Auburndale inbounding at quarter court, 18 seconds remaining before halftime. Meyer along the far sideline finds Ponchak near the 10-second stripe. Kramer out top with 11, 10, still holds it. Out top to Meyer with 7, 6, 5, lobs it near side to Kiefer in the lane. 10-footer round and out, tipped below the basket, out of bounds as the horn blows, ending the first half of basketball here at Auburndale High School. An even first half thus far as we're deadlocked here at the halftime break. Well, I want to remind you that we have some exciting high school wrestling action taking place around central Wisconsin tomorrow. Marshfield High School is hosting its Marshfield Invitational. That field includes Loyal, Medford, Chippewa Falls, Osseo Fairchild, Viroqua, and Owatonna, Minnesota. And action begins at 9:30 tomorrow morning at the Marshfield Fieldhouse. The Stratford High School wrestling team will compete at the Wittenberg-Burnhamwood Tournament tomorrow morning at 10:30. Spencer and Mosinee are at the D.C. Everest Invitational at 10:30. Edgar High School hosting its Edgar Invitational starting at 10 a.m. And the Abbey Colby wrestling team taking part in the Neelsville Greenwood Team Tournament starting tomorrow morning at 8:30 at the Neelsville Fieldhouse. It's halftime here at Auburndale High School Marywood Conference boys basketball this evening on Sports Radio 92.3 WOSQ Spencer Marshfield. Our producer this evening is Colin Smith. I'm Gene DeLisio. Our halftime score is Auburndale 12, Marathon 12. They'll return to Auburndale High School to check the first half scoring and stats following these messages. Auburndale tied up at 12 apiece. Auburndale will begin the second half with Fehrenbach, Kapleen, Rudy, Jared Bauer, and Kiefer. For Marathon, Michael Bauer, Paul, Beck, Colby, and Bielke. Auburndale basketball, front court left. As we open the third quarter, Apaches looking for their first lead. Far side, Kapleen shoots from the arc, a long two, he misfires. Colby goes high to grab the rebound for Marathon. Raiders break into forecourt. Michael Bauer stands in the center circle. Tyler Beck along the far sideline. Can't feed into Wade Paul. Now Paul takes it in the far corner. He'll drive on Fehrenbach and on the low block, hook it up off balance and miss it. Kapleen grabs the rebound for Auburndale. Ryan comes to front court for the Apaches. Near side hits Fehrenbach, bounces into Bauer. That pass is knocked down, stolen by Colby. He'll have a breakout for Marathon, drives and missed the lay-in. Knocked a man down, but that man was not set. That was Dustin Rudy who came back and got called for the foul. Second on Rudy and the first team foul. So Wes Colby, who is 0 of 1 on the foul line, will shoot 2 for Marathon. Wes had 10 points and 9 rebounds in this matchup against Auburndale last season, which the Apaches did win. His first foul shot here is no good. So Marathon now 4 of 12 on foul shots in this ball game. Early third quarter, we're tied at 12 here at Auburndale High School. Colby's second free throw also missed, tipped outside by Bielke, but right to Auburndale's Cal Fehrenbach. The Apaches back in the attack zone looking for their first lead of the ball game. Alan Kiefer out top on Bielke. These teams run very, very similar offenses. Near side Fehrenbach, baseline to Kapleen, can't take the shot. Bryant comes back out top with it. Far side, Dustin Rudy handles it. He'll lob back to Kapleen, into Jared Bauer. Cross-court feed. Here's a shot up, missed by Rudy. Ball's on the floor, grabbed by Kiefer, but he drops it over the baseline, out of bounds. Ball came right to Alan Kiefer below the basket. Would have had an easy lay-in, but couldn't control it. Early third quarter, Marathon and Auburndale tied at 12. Marathon coming up the floor. Tyler Beck with it. Comes across the line on Dustin Rudy. Wade Paul back out top, Wes Colby. Michael Bauer looks back on the far side to Beck. Can't feed into Bielke. Out top again, Paul handles the basketball. Far side. There's a drive by Beck. He pulls up, 15-footer missed, and Jared Bauer there for the rebound for Auburndale. Ahead to Brian Kapleen. Again, the Apaches seeking their first lead of the ball game. Fehrenbach out top to Kiefer. Swings back to Rudy on the far side. A lot of half-court offense in this one tonight. Here's Jared Bauer in the near corner. Turns on Colby. 6 minutes left third quarter. We're tied at 12. Pass to Kiefer on the far wing. Turns on Bielke without the shot. Bounces back out top. Kapleen grabs it before Michael Bauer can intercept. Back on the far wing to Bauer once again. Jared Bauer holds it. Dustin Rudy out top. Boy, a lot of pattern offense in this one tonight. Bauer out top again. Kapleen, 18-footer up, and it rolls out of there. And there's Rudy for the rebound, forcing the shot. He throws it in. A tough offensive rebound for Dustin Rudy to give Auburndale its first lead at 14-12. Marathon has the ball back. Far side, Wade Paul bounces into Bielke, batted loose, but Bielke gets it back, turns and shoots from 15. He misses it. Ball's in the corner and tracked down by Fehrenbach. Auburndale has the ball and a 2-point lead, their first lead of the ball game. 3 minutes gone, third quarter. Kapleen harassed in the center circle by Michael Bauer, but finds Fehrenbach. Near side, Jared Bauer to Rudy below the basket. He's in too deep and may have been held as he juggled the basketball. Michael Bauer and Tyler Beck came over, making a steal attempt, and one of them commits a foul. That's going to be on Beck, his first foul. First team foul. Beck will leave, and John Ryan back in for Marathon. 4:55 remaining third quarter. Auburndale leads 14-12. Inbound pass comes to Rudy between the circles. Fehrenbach on the near wing. Jared Bauer high post. Casey Meyer far side for three. A big three-pointer. He hits it. Basket is good, and a foul below the basket as well. We had some contact below the basket. The basket is good. The foul is on Fehrenbach. So Casey Meyer hits his second three-point shot of the night. Casey now has 8 points, and Fehrenbach called on a foul away from the ball. His third foul, second team foul. Auburndale now leads by 5 with 4:45 remaining in the third quarter. Dan Kramer comes in the ball game for Auburndale, replacing Fehrenbach. The Apaches have their biggest lead of the day. John Ryan moving to front court for Marathon. Picks up his dribble in the center circle. Near side hits Michael Bauer to the baseline, turned away by Kapleen. Ryan back out top, hands back to Michael Bauer. Downstairs Bielke. Turns on Jared Bauer, forcing the shot. He overlays, and Casey Meyer gets there for the rebound for Auburndale. Here comes Kapleen up the floor for Auburndale. Passing near side to Dan Kramer. Back out top, Meyer. Inside to Jared Bauer. Back to Casey Meyer. Another three-pointer. Good again. 3 big threes for Casey Meyer in this ball game, and Marathon wants their first timeout of the night. With 4:05 remaining in the third quarter, our score now is Auburndale 20 and Marathon 12. We'll come back with more basketball in just a moment. Casey Meyer with 1 3-point basket in Auburndale's previous 5 games. He has 3 tonight, giving him 11 points this season. And Auburndale opens up an 8-point lead halfway through the third quarter. We resume play. Marathon ball. Michael Bauer open. Foul line jumper missed. And 4 Auburndale men there for the rebound. It comes down to Brian Kapleen. Apaches move to front court with an 8-point lead. Meyer in 3-point range again. This time goes downstairs to Rudy. Jumper off the glass is missed. He tries to follow, gets a bit too aggressive, and he goes over the back of John Ryan of Marathon. Dustin Rudy with his 3rd personal foul, 3rd team foul. Marathon scored the first 6 points tonight. Since then, Auburndale has outscored the Raiders 20-6. Garrett Ponchak will report back in for Auburndale. Dustin Rudy will leave with 3:40 remaining in the third quarter. And Auburndale now on top 20-12 here at Auburndale High School. Backcourt pressure by the Apaches. Michael Bauer starts up the floor for Marathon. He'll cross the timeline on Brian Kapleen. Stand out top. Far side Jordan Lang. Downstairs Colby turns on Bauer. Forces a shot. It banks high off the glass and in for Wes Colby. Tough shot there for Colby. He's got 6 tonight. Auburndale's lead is down to 6. Apaches have the ball back in front court to our left. Ponchak at the hash mark. Out top Jared Bauer. Casey Meyer baseline to Brian Kapleen. Looking in for Kramer, who's not available. Now Meyer at the foul line takes a shot, partially blocked, I believe. He follows, gets the ball back. It's slapped loose and taken by Michael Bauer. Ahead to John Ryan. He drives and lays it in. Marathon with the transition basket, and the Raiders are back to within 4. 2:45 remaining, third quarter. Auburndale on the attack. Ponchak baseline goes all the way to the basket and draws some contact. He knocks down a Marathon defender. That was Colby, I believe, but the officials will state that Wesley was not set, and so Colby called for his first personal foul and the second Marathon team foul. And Ponchak was shooting, so he's on the foul line to our left with 2 free throws. Garrett, 71% on the foul line this season. He misses the first, however. 2:40 remaining, third quarter, and Auburndale leads Marathon 20-16. Garrett Ponchak with a second foul shot. He puts it up, and it's good. Garrett now has 3 points tonight. Auburndale goes back up by 5. Marathon moves to front court. Here's Michael Bauer outside the arc. Down the lane, cut off. Gives inside to Beck. His shot knocked down and taken away by Dan Kramer. Auburndale brings the ball back to front court. Kapleen harassed out top, finds Meyer at the far hash mark. They will it back near side to Ponchak. Marathon being pretty aggressive in that half-court man-to-man defense. Casey Meyer up high to Bauer, back to Meyer. Baseline 10-footer is missed, and Colby gets in there to grab his 5th rebound tonight for Marathon. 2 minutes in the period. Auburndale by 5, Marathon to forecourt. Ryan, baseline to Michael Bauer. Colby in deep, turnaround jumper is missed, and Dan Kramer flies in for a big rebound for Auburndale. Apaches protecting a 5-point lead. Kapleen to front court, comes out top to Jared Bauer. Wheels it near side to Meyer, not in 3-point range. He'll dump it into Jared Bauer, back to Meyer. 10-footer is banked up and in for Casey Meyer, who matches his career high with 13 points tonight. And Auburndale again by 7. Michael Bauer goes the other way for Marathon, and as he drives the baseline, he gets hit and fouled by an Auburndale defender. Brian Kapleen gets that foul for Auburndale, his 3rd, 4th team foul. Adam Huss back in for Marathon. Alan Kiefer reporting back in for Auburndale. Kapleen is out, 90 seconds remaining, third quarter. Auburndale leads 23-16. Marathon inbounds, baseline front court. Bauer comes into Beck, out top to Bielke. Holds the ball on Jared Bauer. Beck gets it back. He'll dump it into a Bauer, to Michael Bauer. No, that's Huss, rather. And Huss bumped by Alan Kiefer for a foul. Second on Kiefer, the 5th team foul. Marathon again inbounding baseline front court. Bielke from the corner, 15-footer offline, tipped around and claimed by Beck. He lobs it up and misses, and Dan Kramer gets in there for another rebound for Auburndale. Boy, Dan Kramer doing a good job on the boards for this Auburndale ball club thus far tonight. It's Auburndale ball, and we have a push on Michael Bauer. He gets a bit too aggressive, defending Ponchak out near the center line. And Bauer cited for his 3rd foul, the 3rd team foul. So we'll have Wade Paul back in for Marathon, replacing Michael Bauer. 63 seconds remaining, 3rd quarter. Auburndale leads by 7, inbounding at quarter court. After Wade Paul tucks in his jersey, gets that done. Inbound pass comes to Ponchak, and he'll move back across the 10-second line. Garrett on the far side gets bumped and fouled. That's going to go on Tyler Beck. Second on Beck, Marathon's 4th team foul. Good crowd here tonight watching a good Merriwood Conference basketball game. Auburndale and Marathon this evening. Apaches inbound at quarter court, lob in backcourt to Ponchak. Garrett will recross on Beck to the top of the circle. Can't feed to the inside. Kiefer helping out on the near wing. Kramer has an open baseline, drives inside, forcing the shot. He connects. Big basket there for Dan Kramer. It's a 9-point lead for Auburndale, their biggest of the ball game. Marathon back down the floor, and a walking call on Wade Paul as he drives the lane. Marathon's 6th turnover. Auburndale now with a 9-point lead, coming length of the floor with 32 seconds remaining in the period. Garrett Ponchak has the basketball. Garrett comes across the 10-second line on Tyler Beck. Gives up his dribble, but lobs to Kiefer on the near sideline. 20 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Auburndale ball, Casey Meyer. Kramer out near the timeline with 14. Still holds the ball with 11. Far side Ponchak with 9. 8 out top Kramer. Near side Meyer with 6. 5 passing the lane, batted down, stolen by Beck. Up the floor for Marathon, down the lane, scoop shot no good as time expires. After 3 quarters here at Auburndale High School, our score is Auburndale 25, Marathon 16. Will return with 4th quarter action in just a moment. It's Marathon ball. They'll bring it into front court to our right. Michael Bauer between the circles on Brian Kapleen. Wade Paul outside the arc. Back out top to Tyler Beck. Looks far side to Michael Bauer. Feeds into Bielke. Turns, shoots over Jared Bauer. Misses it. Jared pulls down the rebound. His 5th tonight for Auburndale. Apaches rush to front court, but they have no break. 9-point lead for Auburndale early in the 4th quarter. Pass near side to Fehrenbach. Back out top Kiefer. Swings back far side. Baseline Kapleen drives. Gets caught up in traffic. Lobs it back outside again to Rudy. Bauer back near side Fehrenbach. Auburndale gets out of a jam there. Baseline Kiefer, 10-footer by Allen, bounces out of there. Jared Bauer tips the rebound back outside, grabbed by Rudy. It is still Auburndale ball. Aggressive rebounding on the offensive glass by the Apaches. Fehrenbach at the near hash mark. Early 4th quarter, Auburndale leads by 9. Dustin Rudy picks up his dribble on the far side. Gives back on the far wing again to Brian Kapleen. He can't penetrate. Goes back outside to Rudy once again. Apaches killing lots of time here, and they do hold a 9-point lead. Marathon very aggressive in their man-to-man defense, really bodying up with the Apaches, but can't take that ball away. Jared Bauer, baseline, Rudy wide open. He drives for the easy lay-in. Finally, Auburndale breaks down the Marathon defense. The Apaches go up by 11. And they took 90 seconds to do it. Marathon to forecourt. Pass into Colby. He'll turn, shoot over Kiefer. High off the glass, no good. Colby gets it back, and there's some contact on the rebound. And I believe we have an Auburndale foul. Brian Kapleen commits his 4th foul. 6th team foul. Inbound pass to Colby. Baseline hook shot missed. And Rudy screens off to grab the rebound for Auburndale. Apaches have the ball back, leading by 11. And Fehrenbach weaving his way through traffic, gets hit and fouled. And a call here against the Marathon Ball Club. Dan Kramer will check back in again for Auburndale, replacing Kapleen, who has 4 personal fouls. Michael Bauer gets that foul for Marathon. He now has 4. And that is the 5th team foul. Bauer is out. And Adam Huss comes back in for Marathon. John Ryan also reports in for Marathon. Cameron Bielke is out. Auburndale inbounding near the center line, and Garrett Ponchak grabs it. Fehrenbach comes across the timeline to Kramer. To the baseline, Dan leans in and got bumped as he went to the basket. Call against Marathon. John Ryan's first foul, 6th team foul. 5:55 remaining in regulation. Marathon trailing Auburndale 27-16. Fehrenbach looking to inbound, lobs to Jared Bauer on the far wing. Rudy back out top. Bauer swings far side again to Fehrenbach. Cal to the top of the circle, gives it to Rudy on the near wing. Auburndale killing some time, passing the ball around on the outside, looking for a good shot and protecting their lead of 11. Marathon scored the first 6 tonight. It took Auburndale until halftime to catch the Raiders. Baseline, Dan Kramer kicks it back outside again to Dustin Rudy. Harassed by Ryan goes back on the far side. Swings it back near wing to Jared Bauer. Colby out to play him. Kramer juggles the basketball but maintains possession. Gives to Rudy to the baseline. A reach-in call on Huss. First foul on Adam Huss, the 7th team foul, puts Auburndale into the 1-1. We earlier documented Marathon's free throw shooting difficulties. 61% for Auburndale from the foul line this season. Before we get these free throws by Dustin Rudy, however, we will have a Marathon timeout. The Raiders will take a timeout, their second of the ball game. 5:15 remaining in regulation. And our score is Auburndale 27, Marathon 16. More basketball in just a moment. Dustin Rudy, 3 of 9 on the foul line this season, including 0 of 2 tonight. Shooting 1 and bonus for Auburndale. And his first try is good. 5 points for Dustin tonight. 5:16 left in this ball game. Auburndale now leads 28-16. For Marathon, Bielke is back in for John Ryan. Marathon scored the first 6 tonight. Since then, Auburndale on a 28-10 run. Second by Rudy is good. 6 points for Dustin this evening. He'll now be replaced by Casey Meyer. Auburndale by 13, the Apaches' biggest lead of this ball game. They will apply full court pressure. Inbound pass comes to Wade Paul, picked up in backcourt by Cal Fehrenbach. Paul across the 10-second line. Fehrenbach makes him give up his dribble, finds Bielke outside the arc. Jared Bauer out to play him. Huss on the near side, turns, goes baseline, shoots over Kramer, bounces around, falls out. Bielke rebounds, fouled, going back up. Big Cameron Bielke with his first rebound of the night. He's averaging 4 rebounds per game. Foul called on Cal Fehrenbach. That's 4 on Fehrenbach, the 7th team foul. Fehrenbach and Kapleen both have 4. Hoffenbradel has 3. Baiocchi shooting foul shots. First one rolls off. He got one more. Garrett Ponchak and Alan Hoffenbradel report in for Auburndale, replacing Alan Kiefer and Cal Fehrenbach. 4:55 remaining. Auburndale leads 29-16. Baiocchi's second foul shot no good as well. Tipped outside and claimed by Casey Meyer. Auburndale has the ball back, leading by 13. Ponchak across the timeline, near side to Meyer. Jared Bauer passing in the lane, stolen though by Wade Paul. It's a Marathon takeaway. Paul goes baseline, gets inside and banks it in. Wade Paul goes all the way for 2 for Marathon. They trail by 11. They press again. This time Auburndale breaks it, and Rudy has a breakout. Lost the ball in the lane. Is picked up by Hoffenbradel. He'll lob back outside again to Ponchak, and now Auburndale will reset their offense. Apaches up by 11. Here's Ponchak to the baseline. Leans in on the block, and there's some contact there as Ponchak goes down. Tyler Beck is already there. Beck already was down, but he may get the foul call in this situation. He won't. It's Baiocchi. Second on Cameron Baiocchi, 8th team foul. John Ryan back in for Wade Paul in the Marathon lineup. Now Wade Paul staying in now. Huss is leaving. Garrett Ponchak, 1 of 2 on the foul line tonight. Shooting free throws for Auburndale. First try rolls in. 4:15 remaining. Auburndale has the lead 30-18. Second foul shot for Garrett Ponchak is up. It rolls out. Baiocchi grabs the rebound for Marathon. Gives to John Ryan. He moves into the attack zone for the Raiders. Near side to Bauer, right through his hands, out of bounds. Marathon turnover, their 7th of the night. Auburndale gets the ball back. We are halfway through the 4th quarter. Here at Auburndale High School, the Apaches lead Marathon 30-18. Dan Kramer can't get the ball in bounds. He will take a timeout. Auburndale will use a timeout here. That is their second timeout of the evening. We have 4:05 remaining in the 4th quarter, and our score is Auburndale 30, Marathon 18. Wisconsin Badger men's basketball coming your way tomorrow here on WOSQ as the Badgers face Minnesota. Our broadcast begins at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. The Badgers in Minnesota right here on Sports Radio 92.3 WOSQ. We're almost halfway through the 4th quarter here at Auburndale High School. The Apaches lead this one by 12, 30-18. A very low-scoring game between two fine ball clubs from the Merriwood Conference tonight. Auburndale gets the ball inbounds, and the Apaches start up the floor. Ponchak still in backcourt. He'll cross the timeline on Bauer. Casey Meyer harassed on the near side. Lobs out top to Dan Kramer. He'll be double-teamed. Tries to dribble away and draw some contact and a foul from Wade Paul. Third foul on Wade Paul. The 9th team foul whistled against Marathon in this half. Dan Kramer, 7 of 8 on the foul line this season. He'll get a 1-and-1 for Auburndale. Dan is set. His first attempt rolls in. And with 3:50 remaining, Auburndale now leads 31-18. One more free throw for Dan Kramer. Dan shoots, and this one good as well. Auburndale by 14. This is the Apaches' biggest lead. And the inbound pass knocked away by Ponchak back over the baseline out of bounds. Marathon will retain possession. And the Raiders coming length of the floor, now down by 14. Wade Paul comes in to John Ryan in backcourt. He'll hustle across the timeline, go right to the basket, get into Baiocchi, but he missed the lay-in. He gets it back and kicks it outside to Paul for a three-point try. This one no good. Tipped outside to the sideline and out of bounds, and last hit by John Ryan. It's Auburndale basketball. Now Coach Reike, before the ball game, told us about some of his team's shooting difficulties, and they're not shooting the ball well again tonight. Kapleen and Fehrenbach, both of whom have 4 personal fouls, come back in for Kramer and Meyer in the Auburndale lineup. With 3.5 remaining, and Auburndale leading 32-18. Auburndale ball. Brian Kapleen across the timeline, knocked away by Ryan, stolen by Michael Bauer. He'll drive down the floor, missed the lay-in, however. And Fehrenbach comes back for the rebound, and he's fouled. And that kind of indicates how things are going these days for this Marathon Ball Club. Just not able to put the ball in the basket. Open lay-in falls out, and Marathon gets charged with a foul on top of it. Baiocchi gets that foul. That's his 3rd. That's the 10th team foul. Auburndale goes into the double bonus. Cal Fehrenbach, 6 of 9 on the foul line this year. He'll shoot 2 for the Apaches. Cal ready. His first is good. 3:18 left, and Auburndale leads 33-18. Huss and Beck back in for Marathon for Paul and Ryan. Auburndale by 15. Fehrenbach's second foul shot is too short. Kept alive by Jared Bauer. Loose in the corner and goes out of bounds. It'll be Auburndale basketball. The official there in that corner ruling that both Bauer and Baiocchi took the ball out of bounds. And so I believe on the tie ball, he will give the ball to Auburndale. Wade Paul coming right back in the contest for Marathon. Now the officials will keep him there as Auburndale inbounds baseline front court. Ponchak inside to Kapleen, and he's fouled by Colby as he puts up a shot. Second foul on Wes Colby. That'll put Brian Kapleen on the line, and he should get 2. Brian is 78% on the foul line this season, including 6 of 6 on the line. In that win against Granton Tuesday night, Brian scored 10 points in that game. His first foul shot here, however, is no good. And now here's Wade Paul in for Tyler Beck for Marathon with 3:12 remaining. And Auburndale leading it 34-18. Second foul shot coming for Brian Kapleen. It's up and in. Brian has 4 tonight. Auburndale leads by 16. Marathon in the attack zone to our right. Bauer, far side, Baiocchi. He'll launch a 3. It's too short. And Kapleen there to grab the rebound. Triple teamed, but outlets to Ponchak. Once again, it's Auburndale basketball. Kapleen gets it back, moves to front court. Ball knocked away. He gets it back and shovels over to Bauer. Tipped away out of bounds by a Marathon defender. Auburndale will retain possession. The Raiders getting very aggressive in their half-court man-to-man. They need to do something. They're down by 16 with 2:50 remaining. Inbound pass lobbed down the floor where Colby grabs it for Marathon, goes to the basket, and hits an easy lay-in. So Marathon scores off an Auburndale turnover. The Raiders finally hit the 20-point mark, but they trail by 14, and we have a violation here as Kapleen gets a pass, or Fehrenbach rather, gets a pass at the timeline, and he gets bumped by a Marathon defender. And that'll be a foul on Wade Paul, his 4th. Auburndale is in the double bonus, so Cal Fehrenbach gets 2 more free throws on the line to our left. His first try is good. With 2:37 remaining, and Auburndale leading it 35-20. Fehrenbach with a second foul shot. This one bounces out of there, kept alive and grabbed by Hoffenbradel, and he's then knocked off his feet by Baiocchi. Cameron Baiocchi called for his 4th personal foul, and Auburndale gets more free throws. This time it's Alan Hoffenbradel, who is 4 of 7 on the foul line this year, has not scored yet tonight, but did have a career-high 8 against Granton on Tuesday. Allen's first shot falls off. Auburndale by 15 with 2:35 remaining. One more for Hoffenbradel. This one also missed. Bauer tips it outside. Hoffenbradel gets it back, shovels it outside where it's stolen by Michael Bauer of Marathon. Raiders to front court. Baseline, Wade Paul for three. It's missed. Hoffenbradel there for the rebound again for Auburndale. Kapleen weaving his way through traffic in backcourt. Comes across the timeline to Ponchak. Near side, Fehrenbach. Kapleen has it back. Baseline, Hoffenbradel. And Auburndale killing some time here, passing the ball around on the outside. Apaches by 15 with 2 minutes remaining. And finally, Kapleen is hit and fouled by a Marathon defender. It looks like Coach Reike will bring in some new ball players now for Marathon. Wade Paul commits that foul. That's 5 fouls on Paul. So Wade fouls out with 2:02 remaining. He leaves with 3 points and 2 rebounds. And Marathon making a number of changes. Junior Craig Frieders comes in the ball game for Marathon. Junior Marcus Arneson is in the contest. Junior Ben Heindel. Senior Matt Mason in as well. Free throw is up and in by Kapleen. And one more new man in there. I believe that's senior Kevin Erdman, also in the contest now for Marathon. The second shot by Kapleen rattles out, and Matt Mason there to grab the rebound for Marathon. Auburndale up by 16. 1:50 remaining. It's Marathon ball. Out top, here's Ben Heindel for three, and he connects. Ben Heindel now 3 of 9 on three-point tries this year. Auburndale by 13 with 1:40 remaining. Jared Bauer dribbles across the timeline for Auburndale. Hands to Kapleen out near the center circle. Again, the Apaches want to run some clock. Jared out top, comes near side again to Fehrenbach. Jared gets it right back again. A lot of outside passing and a foul called here on Craig Frieders. But before that foul, Coach Anderson calls a timeout. He wants to get some reserves in the ball game, so that foul will be negated and a timeout charge to Auburndale with 1:21 remaining, and Auburndale leading 36-23. Please join us every Saturday morning for our On Sports program here on WOSQ, where we will tell you about the Student Athlete of the Week, brought to us by NE Auctions of Marshfield, where they do the work and you get paid. And once again, a number of new faces in the ball game for the Auburndale Apaches. Tyson Weiler is coming in the contest for the Apaches. Brian Kapleen stays in. He has the basketball. Weiler on the near side. Ryan Bry also out there, along with Brandon Meyer. 1:10 remaining. Auburndale by 13. Pass outside is stolen by Matt Mason of Marathon, who then walks with the basketball as he lobs the ball back up the floor. That will give the ball back to Auburndale near the center line with 65 seconds remaining. Dan Wunrow also now in the contest for Auburndale. Apaches inbound near the center line. Brandon Meyer lobs the ball down the floor past everybody out of bounds. And that will be Marathon basketball. Auburndale with 12 turnovers in this ball game. 62 seconds remaining. Marathon inbounding, baseline front court. Mason on the low block, banks it up and in. 2 for Matt Mason. He equals his season high. And we have a whistle on the breakout. And a foul called against Marathon with 55 seconds remaining. So get some more Auburndale free throws here. Craig Frieders commits his first foul. Looks like Tyson Weiler going to the foul line, where he is 0 of 2 this season. His first try is good. With 55 seconds remaining, and Auburndale leading 37-25. Tyson Weiler shoots again. It's good. It's Auburndale by 13 in the final minute. Marathon moves to forecourt. Craig Frieders passing out top to Kevin Erdman. And as Erdman makes a pass to the inside, there's a foul called against Auburndale. Ryan Bry called for his first foul, 8th team foul. Marcus Arneson, who has not shot a free throw this season, gets a 1-and-1 for Marathon. His first try, no good, tipped loose, it's on the floor, and on the scramble, the ball will be awarded to Auburndale. Stay with us during our post-game report. We'll update you on the scoring in this ball game and hopefully check in with Coach Anderson about this Auburndale win tonight. Brandon Meyer inbounding long at the timeline. The ball loose. Matt Mason has it for Marathon, but it's stripped away from him and picked up by Kapleen, who is then fouled. And a Marathon foul called again, this time on Craig Frieders, his second. Brian Kapleen, the only starter still out there for either ball club, and he'll get 2 free throws for Auburndale with 36 seconds remaining. Brian's first shot is good. 6 points for Kapleen tonight. He'll be replaced momentarily by Garrett Ponchak. Brian Kapleen with a second free throw. He sinks that one as well. So Brian has 7 tonight. Auburndale by 15, 36 seconds remaining. Apaches finally hit the 40-point mark. Frieders in backcourt for Marathon. Comes across the timeline to Erdman. Back out top again to Heindel. Erdman comes baseline. Here's Frieders on the near wing. A baseline 3 is short by Marcus Arneson. A foul on the rebound. Apparently going against Marathon again. Craig Frieders, I believe. And that puts Brandon Meyer on the foul line, where he is 2 of 5 for Auburndale this season. His first attempt banked and missed. 19 seconds remaining. Auburndale by 15 against a tough team from the Marywood North. Brandon Meyer shoots again. It's away and no good. Kept alive by Dan Wunrow of Auburndale, but he's on somebody's back. And we'll have some... I believe Dan was the man who was fouled. Fouled by Kevin Erdman. First foul on Erdman. And Dan Wunrow, 1 of 2 on the foul line this season, will shoot 2 for Auburndale, and he misses the first. Now the clock down to 17 seconds left. Auburndale leading by 15. Wunrow gets ready, shoots again. This one is good. 16-point lead for Auburndale, matching their biggest. Heindel in backcourt. Throws cross court to Frieders, 11 seconds left. Pass far side to Erdman. He goes into Mason for a short jumper. Misses it. Rebound pulled in by Brandon Meyer. And he's fouled on the breakout with only 3 seconds remaining. And Matt Mason gets his first foul call on the Marathon side tonight. So just a few seconds remaining. And Brandon Meyer with 2 more free throws to close this one out. Tough offensive night for Marathon. First free throw by Meyer is too long. Auburndale had a rather slow start as well tonight, but regrouped thanks to some hot shooting in the third quarter by Casey Meyer. Second free throw good by Brandon Meyer. Auburndale by 17. And Mason heaves the ball at the timeline to Heindel. He'll shoot from the center line and bank it too hard. This ball game is over, and the Auburndale Apaches win it tonight. Our final score is Auburndale 42, Marathon 25. We'll return with a full recap on our post-game report coming up in just a moment.